All right, people, we thought we'd basically entertain this a little bit to the naysayers at the end of the day. Again, when I sat there and wrote that nice, long, lengthy explaining how much time you've wasted in your life doing dumb stuff, I'm going to repost it again at the bottom of this video, explaining the haters and what they are. It's pretty sad. Very, very sad that you guys are like this. It's, like I said, I think there's some mental problems. Maybe there's something wrong with you. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have time to figure it out. Lord can figure that out. Courts can figure that out. But I really don't have time. I'm very busy. As you can see, my desk is a mess, and I'm building me a new case out of cardboard. All right. So first things first, I have friends of mine who work for the United States Postal Service. Quite a lot of them work for the United States Postal Service. And I have actually filed multiple complaints against Mr. Williams with McAfee, because he used the United States Postal Service to commit crimes, and against Jamie, who has basically sent us over packages that weren't supposed to be, and PayPal found him guilty of fraud. Now, let me explain something to you how the real world works, because again, we have to keep telling them this, but I don't think they understand. First things first, this load page out here. What's load page probably for? First things first, if United States Postal Service inspector was contacting me, it's a department. It's a special department when they deal with people who commit fraud. You don't have the name of the inspector's inspector involved in this particular report. He's not in here. It's supposed to be a name. It's a certain branch, department and branch that deals with these particular form of fraudulent acts. Now, again, as I said before, Mr. Williams, we had to contact a legal department in the building that you're in, and over there we had to contact the security, which I got to reach out to them tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow day's Friday. I'm gonna reach out to them on Monday about some more information we're gonna be sending over to them. So you'd be reaching out to that branch. That you would be. So the inspector, first things first, he would have basically not start off with yeah. Yeah is not something that a person of that profession would have started off with. It had never been yeah. Second, he did never call the 800 number at all, period. He wouldn't have called it. We would have got an official email from them. And this is actually against the law, what you just did. You're impersonating somebody from the United States Postal Service, so that can get you in a lot of trouble for what you just did right here. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to forward this over to the FBI because we're sending everything over to them. So when we get these lawsuits ready, we can get you in court. Another thing, too, is they're not going to call twice. So we got two calls with the same number here back to back. They're not going to send two numbers. They're not going to do. They're going to call twice. They're not even going to call. They're going to send a letter out to you, and that's basically about it. That's what's going to happen. A letter's going to go out to you, and that's it. They're not going to call our company's 800 number. They're not going to call any of that whatsoever. There would be a letter coming out to us through email, maybe a letter through email, and it would be certified. It would have their logo, which they do with their department. Let me go over here and pull up Post Office Service Fraud Division. So you would have this little star-like emblem that you would have for people that they deal with. It's their watermark at the end of the day. Now, you see that image right there? Right there, see that? That's what would have popped up. See, we had those letters here because those are letters we had to file against you for committing mail fraud against us. A few of you, we showed you those letters. Let me show you something real quick. Come over here and I'll go over to my YouTube channel over here, because I filed with them. I filed against you guys for committing fraud. You use the United States Postal Service to commit crimes. What I'm doing is not a crime. Now, if I was shipping over something like guns, weapons, chemicals, stuff like that, stuff that was dangerous, drugs, stuff like that, that can get me in a lot of trouble. If I'm using the United States Postal Service to commit any kind of fraud, like, using them to basically dox people's addresses, harass people, cybercrime, stuff like that, like you guys did, yeah, then you're going to jail. But let me show you. All right, let's go with 180 inches. How to track my account down here. 180 inch, 180 inch black. All right, there I am over here. Pull this up real quick. Now, I'm going to go into my search over here, and I'm going to put in what I just put here, right? I want you to see something here. There we go. Now, you see this right here? See that emblem right there? That is the branch that we contacted for Jamie Fernando Gonzalez for committing post office mail fraud against our company. I wish I got to reach out to them too also. This is what we had to file against them. That's what would have popped up. We'd have saw the emblem pop up. That's what their emblem is, a watermark. There's no watermark there at all, period. Not even the email. And mind you, the email we have there is not an official email. It's one every time someone contacts our message service, it sends email to us, other person making the call. So we never got an official email at all. Period. We just got someone calling the phone. So no, buddy, I'm sorry, but again, this is the reason why we consider you guys to be kids at the end of the day. This is why we don't look at you as adults. You are children at the end of the day. You are. You want to be grown men. I can't say women are doing this. This is definitely men. You want to be grown men at the end of the day. You want to be considered to be grown men, but you don't act that way, and that's why we look at you like idiots. Because again, I've been around the world a bit, okay? I know things at the end of the day, and I'm not dumb enough to fall for something that stupid. We filed against you guys. Now, when those letters come to you guys, you will know exactly what they are. You'll see FBI agents pop up at your front door. You'll find out that it's 100% legit. And I'm planning to take that message and send it over to the proper authorities so they can trace it back to where it came from and continue from there. Because now we have someone impersonating an inspector from United States Postal Service who contacted my company. And it sounds, by the message on there, like Mr. Williams. I know your voice, Mr. Williams. It sounds exactly like you. So I'm going to make sure that when we reach out to the apartment complex again, because we have to reach out on Monday, reaching out to the legal department and reaching out to the security firm they have over there to further the investigation on tracking your whereabouts so they can get you out of the building. On top of that, for us to sue you too on top of that. But this is what would have came up. See that right there? See that emblem? That's what we'd have got. And it would have been the United States Postal Service Inspection Service, Criminal Investigation Service Center. That's what would have came up. Not this dumb nonsense. See, there's no watermarks. There's nothing there at the bottom. Not a thing. Nothing. That's it. And the fines wouldn't have been $250. It's $250,000 to $500,000. That's what happens when you violate the United States Postal Service. So your numbers are way too low. Yeah. Okay, so with that being said, I gotta go. And yeah, you're idiots at the end of the day, and this is why we call you stupid. And judging by the voice, it would be Mr. Williams who sent the call out. As I said before, these individuals are still in line with fake accounts. Jamie called himself moving on to bigger and better things. Jamie has 3 lawsuits coming. The first set of lawsuits coming toward him, that was him posting my face twice on YouTube. He's being sued for that. $50,000 a piece, Mr. Fernando. For each one of them, you put my face up twice, is $50,000 a piece. And the doxing of the address, which criminal charges being filed. Which we found out that we don't have to come to your jurisdiction, which we can't anyway, because California's going through some stuff right now. But we did find out because it's a cyber crime, we could file it from here, and you would have to come here. Anyway, okay, that's basically about it. I got to get back to work, adult things, and you guys can continue being little kids. All right, gotta go.